Jeremy Clarkson has slated the BBC for its consistent praise of New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. Clarkson's farm presenter Jeremy Clarkson wrote a scathing article on Sunday about Britain's various alternatives to living in the UK. While Jeremy, 61, eventually settled on Poland as the new place to be, he also singled out the Prime Minister of New Zealand and accused the BBC of singing her praises a little too often. When describing New Zealand, he wrote, "It is now so right on that the BBC is calling the country progressive, and happily licking the back of its Prime Minister, who couldn't deal with the pandemic because she was putting her baby to bed. Give me strength," he added. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, 41, made headlines over the course of the pandemic for enforcing stringent measures during the coronavirus outbreak. To this day, the country has seen just 28 COVID-19 deaths, 5.69 per million of the population, compared to 161,798 deaths, 2,068.04 per million of the population, in the UK and approximately 4.55 million deaths worldwide. Nevertheless, Jeremy remained unimpressed with the progressive Prime Minister, who was the first elected leader to ever go on maternity leave and the second to ever give birth while in office. The first leader to do so was Pakistan's late two-time Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto. Jeremy went on to slam Australia for being woke, after saying it might be a good home for those who have grown sick of living in Britain. Of New Zealand's neighbour, he also said, "The only reason for going is that you've become unemployed, your wife has left you, your kids hate your guts and you have just one follower on Instagram." The former Top Gear presenter also rejected America, describing it as a split country led by a stupid old man, and then turned his focus to our European neighbors. "Europe's a problem too, because in Italy you get burgled every 5 minutes, in France there's an invisible but tangible air of menace, in Spain and Greece you know that the whole system is on the verge of collapse, and in Germany, who knows," he wrote in his article for The Times. However, the star did decide that Poland was a part of Europe that he would like to settle in. Giving his reasons, the presenter explained he had found that Polish people like a joke, and that political correctness was not such a priority to them as it is in the UK. He also talked about cheap housing costs, effective plumbing systems, and went so far as to note that the girls are pretty hot as well. The star also made some quips in relation to Brexit about how lorry drivers and builders have gone home to Poland, and suggested we should follow them there. He even referenced Poland's low immigration numbers, pointing out that the lack of immigrants coming in from Syria or Somalia would make Brexit voters happy. Poland has recently been in trouble for challenging the European Union law, with the European Commission threatening to take steps to punish them. Jeremy Clarkson's new TV show Clarkson's Farm proved to be an unexpected hit for Amazon Prime and has firmly placed the presenter back in the limelight. Just recently, Jeremy was named Farming Champion of the Year by the National Farmers Union for his series, which follows his attempts to manage Diddley Squat Farm. Top Gear had a large cult following back when Jeremy was at the wheel, and his new show seems to be having the same effect. Jeremy was forced to leave his incredibly popular program on the BBC back in 2015 following a well-publicized dispute.